Is that working or not working? All right. All right. I don't know. Is the audio messed up? Is it too sensitive? Man, that audio sounds like crap on my phone. I wonder if it's. Let me see if I can fix that. New experience every time. Can you hear me? Breaker, breaker. Oh, yeah, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not used to this, guys. Been definitely out of practice for sure. I don't even know if this is really going to be. I hope this is worth it. Alright, so people are. Yeah. It's not going to work, guys. It should be pulling audio from it. That sucks. Yeah. I don't know. Oh man, that's so disappointing. It's weird. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Yeah, yeah. Input says we can hear you, but the problem is, what I was hearing is it's super. These stupid headphones. It's like almost like you're talking into like a sonophone or something like that, and it's just echoey, very tinny. And what doesn't make any sense here, man, it's so frustrating. What doesn't make any sense here is that the audio should be pulling from my webcam, but it's not letting me pick that. I mean, I can pick it, but there's no audio being picked up from it. So I don't know what setting I screwed up this time, or what Windows updates screwed it up. But yeah, I don't know. Well, Fortress says there's nothing wrong, so I do like the little audio catch here, where it does let you adjust that volume. Sounds awful. Let me see if I can turn it down. Does that work better? See, they got this beta thing on StreamYard where you can kind of tune that down. Ultramark is like, we're all dressed in our best, on with the show. So, yeah. Let me see if, oh man, it's so frustrating. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know, Pack. you're saying that it, turn it down, turn the volume down. Now you say it sounds fine, so I don't understand. Input says he can hear me. Ultra Marcus Fortress says he can see me. Hey, Alpha Scrapper, GTA DK12, Jay Hala, Ultra Marcus, Danny Dolphin. What a false start, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, Moose Crew's in here. Awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, Moose Crew. I really do want to get to start making stuff again. It's just no, it's not OBS. This is StreamYard. So I don't know what. Hey, Larkin, welcome in, Larkin. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Why it's doing that? Well, it's kind of a fault. I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to fix this audio thing because this is what happened on one of my unboxings. This exact same thing happened, and then I had to go back in and refix everything, and I don't know what I did. I remember last time it took forever to figure out again. So I don't know if some default keeps going in there. Yeah, get a new computer for sure. Absolutely. I was supposed to get one, but I had a couple of tires I had to replace, so I had to replace all four. Actually, I had a tire shred on me, so maybe this will just be nice, a little hangout if I don't talk too loud. What happens if I pick this up? Is it? Of course, I dropped my phone everywhere. If I pick this up, does that change the sound? Does it change the gain, maybe? I wonder. Because I don't think this is really what's interfering with it. I don't think it's anything that's in and around what I'm broadcasting from, so... Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to do the Earthrise review, I guess, another time. I know, Larkin, it's not perfect, not that bad. You say it's okay, it's not perfect, but not bad. But I almost thought about plugging in because I bought the same mic that you have, and I'm not using it. So, but you plug that mic into your phone, so I was tempted to plug it into here. Into what I'm using, but I don't know. I just didn't do the mic that you use to record reviews, Larkin. But yeah, I guess this will just chill. I don't know. This is such a disaster. Hey, welcome to 2021. Same as 2020. And But yeah, I'll have to fix that. I'll fix that sound. We'll get a real review going on. But hey, I got Larkin's, the female sniper rifle that Larkin's Lair made. That thing is freaking badass. Remember, I bought two of them. Here's the other one. The other one's over here. So RC could have one. But wait, there's more. Now, there's two RCs. Kind of a little Charlie's Zan. Oh, you can't even see Alita 1. What the hell? Yeah, those sniper rifles are awesome. Why can you got to make it like a new run of those or something? Those are pretty cool. I don't think enough people were aware of them. Yep. Restock the Etsy shop. Oh man, it's just crazy. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Oh, what a Crimson Raptor fail. I will say I am pretty bummed out about having to take a temporary hiatus from Tales from Teletran for a few months. And then I'll be back in the swing, and then 3 months out, so 6 months from now, then we'll have to worry about my schedule changing so often. Ooh, unless I get promoted, and then I won't have to worry about that crappy schedule happening anyway. So What's up, Kato, man? Yeah, you want a phone from the 1950s? Yep, I sure am. I was like, see, we got that moving pictures, see? No, that's not the 1950s. Is that the 1930s? Or 10s? What am I trying to channel there? I'm not sure. Danny's like, I love no one to abuse. I would be like, you got input. Just keep abusing input. But that's true. I am durable. So, let's see. Yeah, Larkin's like, he prints them. They're Fumby designs. Yeah, Fumby Studios make some awesome stuff. I know you can get like on their Patreon, you can get like a license. I think it's like $50 or something a month or whatever, and just print off. What I would do on something like that is I would go ahead, get in and on their Patreon. You're going to be able to, they don't make licenses very often, right? Or there's not a limited amount of them, right? I would print off everything you could, so you kind of have a good stockpile of stuff that that people are going to want. Or if they don't want it, then you could give it away and kind of self-advertise right then. And then have that little bit of stock going, get the license, from Fumby Studios, and then put them up for sale. Because that seems to be kind of getting ahead of the game with 3D printing. Because you want to have some stock ready to go. Like I don't know, Larkin, how many you sold a lot of those swords and stuff like that. So I'm not sure, like maybe 10 per design. Maybe that's a good little starter. But you should be able to. I think you can print like multiples of those, especially the rifles. They only needed like a little minor cleanup. I think this one didn't even need any minor cleanup. And it's not Larkin's design, it's Fumby's, but I was concerned about the thinness of this, like whether it would break or snap off, but that's never happened. So, and that's awesome. Like I think the design was sound, and the materials that Larkin used were fantastic. So, snipers. 80 swords? Holy crap. Wow, that's nuts. And that's like around the time I think Shockwave Lab was kind of announcing theirs, but the one that Fumby designed, made more sense. Like the Shockwave Lab is good too, but I do kind of want Jetfire's little missile pods, like the Macross Robotech missile pods. Those would be pretty cool. Why does RC look like she's kind of spread eagle here? That's a little awkward. Make her look a little bit better. Can we make her look better? There we go. Yeah, that's about right. Let's get her to look at the. I don't know. She's still gonna look kind of. You know what? Thick thighs save lives. You know what I mean? So she saved Bumblebee's lives. Oh, Alita. We'll just kind of talk about that. So Alita has those RC filler legs, so you don't end up with what you have here, and it doesn't look as bad on the RC. But what you do lose is a lot of detail that's up here on her upper thighs. I wish they'd. I don't know. I guess I thought there would be detail there, robotic detail there, but there's not. So that was a little disappointing with that set. It looks good. You do lose articulation up on the upper thigh because it's got a thigh swivel. But I don't know. I think it's negligible because, I mean, when she transforms, there's kind of like, no transformation, right? So. Moose Crew is like, I was like, I need to buy those legs. Yep, Larkin says we got a 3D printer. Fumby's Patreon is actually worth a thigh master, right? Danny's all drooling with her thighs. Man, yeah, Fire Talks makes some awesome stuff too. I wish there was like it's kind of funny. Like, there's so many people that are making all these different designs, and yes, there's Colts 3D and everything else like that. But I'm but I kind of want it to be like a video game selection where like everything is in one place and I can just click on it and be like, okay, great, send that to the printer, and it's just like a delayed print job kind of thing. So I don't know if that's probably just pure laziness on my part. Oh man. And this background, is this the swamp background from Toy Hacks from their toy stages? I feel like this whoops. I feel like this works better for Kingdom. So when I didn't notice that until right when I was putting it up. And I was like, you know what, that would actually work better for Kingdom. But, I don't know, we can talk a little bit about Earthrise, though. I'll say not so much a full-on review, so I'll have to change all that stuff around, but I'll say some of the stuff about, like, maybe in the future we'll select those 3D designs. It does go really well. The swamp kind of grassy knoll kind of does really work well with the Raptors. But yeah, I think Kingdom is going to be interesting because that's where a lot of their budget is going to be going. So let's see here. We'll move. Oh, I forgot she rolls. And the board, that's hilarious. I didn't even notice the boogie board will roll on its own like that. What in the world? But yeah, it really does work really well for the Raptors. Not in focus. That's good. The girls need to be in focus, though. Whoop. There we go. Out there hunting raptors, right? Getting all the fembots. So Ultra Marcus says, do you have a next stop motion project planned out? On my last unboxing, Godzilla was the hint. It was toward the end of that video. And I do have one for it. What's funny, I mean, I was planning on a Godzilla stop motion for a while, but I just kind of go back and forth on kind of which ideas I want to actually animate. So, but then but in the meantime, my Transformers animation that I put for the Swagwave contest last year that Input and I joined, it's over 2,000 views on that. It is now my highest viewed video, and certainly my highest viewed animation. It like greatly surpassed the Gundam one that my very first video. So, and that just had practical effects in it, right? So I'm a little surprised that the Transformers one does so well. There are some comments from time to time, but not very. It's not as interactive. I think it's because people don't really like to post on older videos. There's very few of us that do that. But it's kind of strange. But you gotta diversify, right? I don't want to be just straight up just everything Transformers, but I don't want to be, that's why my unboxings have had dinosaurs in them and Terminator and Micro Machines and other things on there. It's just kind of a menagerie of stuff, and they have I do have dinosaur animations as well, 2 of them actually, and they look a hell of a lot better than my Transformers animation does. But I think it's just because I'm a little deeper into the Transformers community, so to speak. So, yep, you gotta mix it up with some other stuff. That's kind of what, even like Swagwave had mentioned, that, he likes Power Rangers, he likes Marvel, and so he'll do, in Godzilla, so people are there for Transformers, so he'll do Transformers, he'll do a Godzilla animation, he'll do another Transformers, he'll do a Power Rangers, he'll do another Transformers, so you're keeping the Transformers crowd happy, but at the same time you're kind of rotating out your creativity and your animations. So, Shockwave is still thicker than these. Oh, you want to see some thick thighs on Shockwave? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a Shockwave booty party! Oh, Shockwave has thick thighs, but he's never really admitted that. He really has kinkles. Shockwave's all about the kinkles, right? Oh, Megatron's not gonna like this if he sees us later. There you go. There's your thick thighs there, GTA DK12. Unicron says, you being you is why people stay for the content. Anyone can talk about Transformers, but your personality is what keeps people coming back. Do what makes you happy. That's true. That is very true. That's I would say that's kind of why I've been really lax on reviews. For one is there's so many other people out there that are reviewing, and even people that are here in this audience, they do a much better, higher quality, a much better information at some points than a lot of others that have been around for years, which is, that says for those people that have been around for years and years and years, not to name names, but like, you've been around on YouTube for 10 years and you haven't adapted, you haven't changed, you haven't, found a new audience. But when you got, people that have come into the game, fairly new, like Larkin Slayer and Kato's Collection, and, you got people coming in and they're like, here's this cool, this awesome quality, this equipment is cool, check out these transitions, and, it's just, it kind of speaks to that, but everybody also has their own style about certain things, and mine, I have an idea what style I want for mine, but it doesn't seem to translate well. But what's funny is I was listening to like the last review I did for Siege, and this isn't narcissistic or narcissism in any way, but I was laughing at like whatever I was saying that was funny. And sometimes it's not meant to be funny. Sometimes it's just the way I say certain things. And it is kind of hilarious because it's like, I guess if your videos aren't entertaining to yourself, then who are you trying to entertain? I think that's kind of more what people should look for when they're trying to make content and stuff like that. So anyway, I got way off track in there. So, Ultra Marcus, yeah. So, the idea is to do a Godzilla animation is next. I did pick up some more stuff on this last kind of haul on Sunday, because I went to go kind of toy hunting, kind of like pretty far away from where I'm at. And I just canvassed a whole bunch of stores. I couldn't even get. I made a whole list, front and back, right? And I only probably did maybe like a quarter of them. Pretty much found everything I needed. Beast Wars, Predacon, Megatron is probably one. I saw two of them in the store like a few weeks back. I didn't grab them. I was not impressed with the way his shoulders were colored. I still don't care much for the dinosaur head because the Tyrannosaurus head isn't quite cartoon accurate. It's more dinosaur accurate, which is great. So I should have grabbed him. I also didn't know Input was looking for him. Hey, Ninja Bill, welcome in. That's right, Danny. I was like, you got to make it for yourself first. I'd be like, but I don't know if my videos would be like multiple viewings. But when I think about it, like, how many times have I watched my stop motion animations? Like, I have watched those over and over and over again. And it's mainly to like, okay, where do I improve, right? Like, did that sound work here? I have the raw video, but, I watch it on YouTube itself just to kind of, see. Now, of course, my views don't count at all. I only get one view if I watch my own videos, and that's fine. That's not why I watch them over and over again, but I watch them to make sure, what does the quality look like? What does it look like at 140? What does it look like at 720? So it's interesting like that. It's just there's a lot of stuff, a lot of production. And Ninja Bill, like, he knows like how much work and stuff goes into these reviews too, and Danny, of course. But it's like I don't know. I feel like I don't want to get. It's not like I feel like I copy anybody. It's just kind of like what really flows right with it. And there was something I was going to do on the Earthrise. This is kind of a little behind the scenes. There was something I was going to do on the Earthrise Wheeljack add-on kit, the video right before this one. And I wanted to have these pictures. I took these pictures of Wheeljack, and multiple different versions of them, and then I was going to overlay some audio on top of them. I didn't get to do that quite the way I wanted it to, and because I didn't leave enough space before and after, like the way certain videos were, because I wanted them to transition, like, okay, this pose, here's that pose, but the transitions were longer than the space I had left there, and I should have thought more about that, then I wouldn't have had that problem. But because, like, if you put a transition, the program I was using, if you put a transition in, then it starts to lower the audio, and then it starts to bring the audio up of the other video. And so I'd be finished talking about something and then I would just cut that video, and then I would have the other one would start with me talking. Well, then what would happen is if I put the transition in, you'd lose the last half of the audio on the first one, and you'd lose the first half of the audio of the second video. So it was just crazy. So yeah, Jay, the Megatron, I don't know, I should have grabbed him. I didn't. It's like, I'll see him again. It's just that probably not at that store. But yeah, so I think Predacon Megatron. I'm still looking for a Rat Trap in store. There are tons of those core class Optimus Primes. So I totally called that on Tales from Teletran. I'd be like, we knew we were going to see that thing everywhere because it's Optimus Prime and it's a cheap little figure, $10. But it's like, we don't need that many of those. Like, I was lucky to get Vertebrae, so that was good. But if they keep restocking them, there's probably like 3 Optimus Primes and like 2 Vertebrae and 2 Rat Traps or something weird like that, right? So I don't know. They need to, they're just sitting there. So it's not like they're not like, okay, great, this is a high seller because it's an Optimus Prime. It's more of like there's nothing really to go with that baby Prime. It just doesn't really work with anything. Neither will the Starscream or the Megatron. But I want to get that core class Megatron because it looks cool. And I hear the Starscream, core class Starscream, is pretty neat too, and has a better transformation than the Earthrise one. Go figure, right? But Vertebrae is teeny, 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 tiny, and if Rat Trap's that size, I don't know. I don't want to get the Generations Rat Trap. I have the original Beast Wars Rat Trap, so yeah. So Moose Crew says the Arc playset hopefully will work with Core Class. I bet it will. Yeah, I mean, Core Class is basically just the Legends. I don't know why they don't just call them Transformers Legends, but they got like Marvel Legends, then there's third-party Legends, and so there's all kinds of situations like that. But why they want to keep rebranding and naming them different things, I don't understand. It just doesn't really make any sense to me why they keep doing that. I mean, a Scout Class doesn't really make any sense. Because they're not really, like, Scout Class would be like, Scout doesn't mean they're small, right? It's just kind of how it is inferred. Like, Scout would be like, okay, send Bumblebee out as a Scout or send Hound out as a Scout, but they're both different sizes. So, I don't know, it just kind of works a little different like that. But, yeah, I think the Core Class Optimus Prime, definitely people need to buy that up so we can get some more Rat Traps. But I'm not going to be the one to buy the Core Class Prime. I don't know. This is crazy. There's so many figures. But yeah, I think so. Maybe so, like the one I mentioned earlier, and then Rat Traps on my list. But beyond that, there's not really much that's that I can think of that would be like, oh, I got to get that one, and that's what I was afraid with this Kingdom line is, one, it's Beast Wars too soon, and it's also there's no army builders. So yeah, I keep getting a ton of Paleotrexes because I want to make like this giant monster. 2 of them you can make a throne, a bone throne, that you could put Predacon Megatron in and have Inferno and Pterosaur and Black Arachne, have them all carrying him around like in was it Law of the Jungle? I think it was Law of the Jungle. trying to remember. There's two episodes where they deal with. I think that is it Law of the Jungle? I can't quite remember the episode now. But yeah, I try to remember. Yeah, Paleotrex has had some sick customs with 2 or more that Moose Crew says. Absolutely. Yeah, there's one out there that has, I think, 3 of them, and it makes like almost like a Cerebus or kind of design. There's another that is made out of 5 of them. 5 Paleotrex. That's $100, folks. $100 worth of fossilizers, and they made a giant robot combiner, and it looks really cool. So I'm just like, well, that's pretty neat, but still, it's like, we know we're not going to see anything like that in the show, but that would be hilarious if we did, but we won't. So we probably won't even see. The fossilizers are like the Battle Masters, right? We're not even going to see the fossilizers in the show, I bet you. Because it doesn't really make any sense for what they're setting up, you know. We'll see Black Arachnia, we'll see Predacon Megatron, we'll see a Waspinator, we'll see a Tarantulas. I wish we could have gotten to see a Pterosaur. I don't know why they won't give us a good Pterosaur, because we've not had a good one since... I mean, there was the deluxe one that was Transmetal, and then there was the original one, and that's pretty much it, except for convention exclusives and repaints here and there in Universe. But, you know, we really need a good Pterosaur. So that would work. And then Jay says, I keep passing on the fossil bot. I would get just one, Jay Holla. You know, the Paleotrex it is a pretty neat. You know, honestly, if you kind of look at like his robot mode and stuff, like not just to get the mace for Optimus Primal, like his mace weapon that came with the toy that he never had in the show because it was like a mutant face. I would say that it looks very Age of Extinction Dinobot looking to me, and so you know there is that, Jay Holla. So. Let's see here. Yeah, so this one. What I missed something. What it? Chris is excited for the arc. Yeah, I really hope we'll get to see more. I really hope we get to see more of the arc and how that'll all work out. I think. I feel like people are going to buy at least one, maybe 2. They'll have one that they'll crash into a mountainside, and then they'll have one that they'll just have like on display. And then they can transform it back and forth to its robot mode. So, I don't understand why they would do a robot mode. I mean, you just go to Target or even like Walmart and just go down like, Target you can go down like. They have like the giant toy section with like Batman, like a Batman Batcave and some Frozen from that movie Frozen. They have like a Palace play set or something. I don't know. I've never seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet. So, but the thing expands out to like 3 or 4 feet tall, and it's less than a Titan class Transformer. So, if they could have just removed the transformation from an art playset and given us kind of more what we'd want to have, like that would just be like really awesome to have like an interactive Teletran playset that worked with Generations. You know, it doesn't have to work with like a whole other size class of Legends, like because really the Legends stuff we could 3D print an Arc or Teletran one, and that's already been done. But Generations, it's harder to get that iGear one that works really well with them. And so it would be nice to have that in kind of an official capacity. But, I mean, of course, we'll never have Casey Kasem's voice in it, which is sad. But, you know, people could try to make that, they try to make that look like a voice chip, just kind of swap out voice chips or information in it or whatever. So, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And I guess Jay, I think you said something in the Discord or something. You said that they're gonna. Is it just a rumor that there's gonna be sweeps or listing or something like that? So, because I do have 5 Scourges on on pre-order with Amazon. I don't know if I want to. I mean, that's a lot of Scourges, but like, I just want them because there were 5 of them that were shown, reformatted, and in the movie, and then they went down to 4. After Galvatron said to Cybertron, and then there's just like 1 Cyclonus, no Armada commander, and then you have like the 4 sweeps, and then we don't ever see more than 4 ever again. So I thought maybe Scourge and 4 sweeps, because Galvatron says sweeps exterminate him when they go up against Ultra Magnus on the planet of Junk. And there's 4 sweeps up there, but it could easily be Scourge and 3 other sweeps. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how it all kind of plays out. I mean, regardless, that Scourge is a really, really good figure. I mean, I already have one, right? So that means if the pre-order goes through for the Amazon stuff, then I'll have 6, which I don't need. But there is sweep 6 and 7 that are called out in the Call of Primitives at the beginning. So if I just got 1 more Scourge, then I'd have 7 sweeps. And then I'd never have to worry about them ever again. So it's a slippery slope, this toy collecting stuff is. But yeah, Moose Crew says there's supposed to be some Masterpiece announcements made in April. It's going to be another recolor of Optimus Prime. Let's just admit it. It's going to be a repaint of MP44 into whatever color scheme they want to have, right? I mean, it's just, I don't know. They got to focus on something. They got to focus on finishing off the G1 characters. I mean, what about Minibots? What about Gears and Huffer? And I mean, we're getting a Huffer in our Kingdom line. They could. Right? Screws to show all crying. I was like, wait. With Masterpiece, let's just say, like, if Masterpiece had kept their stuff at an affordable price, and, let's just say $100 less than whatever they're charging now, right? Let's say that happened. And if Masterpiece was able to finish out a Season 1 cast, a Season 2 cast, and right now was working on Season 3, right? Like, if that had happened, then I probably wouldn't be as big into the Generations as I am, because I was leaning toward Masterpiece. I was close to getting a Masterpiece Soundwave. I was close to getting a Masterpiece cartoon-colored Pearl. I still want the cartoon-colored Red Alert and Masterpiece scale. I still have an Ultra Magnus in Masterpiece. I still have the Apollyon, X-Transbots Apollyon, which you can't even sell for what you paid for it anymore. And then I still have, is it Masterpiece? Fans Toys Hoodlum, which is Masterpiece Hot Rod. So I still have that one. I have the Masterpiece Jazz, which is the same one that Through Livestream or Pack has, because he's the one that told me about it, and I was like, well, I've been looking for Hova, transforming Robot Hova, and so like I ordered it from the same place he got it from, and we got ours, relatively the same time. And then I got the Masterpiece Minerva from or Athena, from Fans Hobby, but technically she kind of could work as just a taller Fembot in the Generations line, but I'm sure I'd be the only one that would do that. So yeah, might be a little color, but it's unknown. Yeah, my heart don't do that to me. I need more Beast Wars. Yeah, moves like I would love more Beast Wars, but like I was all in on that Lyle Convoy, and I really wanted to get it, and so I was just kind of just chilling, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for Input to get his. I'm gonna wait for other people to get theirs, and see kind of how it is. And just everybody was pretty much land-based in it, except for Input. Input was like, this is amazing. And then after a while, with the paint scratching and everything. It sucks because like now input's like it's just like it's not as good as it was when I first got it. I was like, that sucks, man, because that is such a downhill situation, right? So. Was Jay says there was a leaked listing of sweeps, but I already have 3 Scourges. Right. Yeah, it would be hilarious if it was Scourge and then it just said the sweeps. There's just 3 Scourges in a pack. Yeah, I mean, they all have beards, so they can't have. The only thing they did differently for like the Platinum Edition with Cyclonus and the DevCon head and then a Scourge head or whatever. Like all they did was change the head to be beardless, and that's all the sweeps have goatees and they all have beards and mustaches and everything. So there's nothing to change on a sweep. They're exactly the same as a Scourge. The only real difference, looking at the cartoon, is that the sweeps are a little shorter than Scourge, but Scourge stands pretty tall all the time, and the sweeps are usually kind of hunched over in situations. So, it's really got to be they're just a repack. But I don't know if they would do that in Studio 86. So I really think that's really more of a, I don't know. I really think that's more of like, unless they're just going to pack 2 Scourges in there, it doesn't really make any sense. Hey, Calvin, welcome in, man. Welcome in. Alex, welcome in. So, like, the Lyo Convoy kibble, no. So, like, my issue with the Lyo Convoy, some hesitation I had on it was, look, in the cartoon, he had a goofy face, and the lion has a goofy face. Give me swappable heads. Make that beast mode look fierce and crazy, like Lyo Convoy would look, and then give me the swappable face with the cartoon one, so he looks super goofy, because he looks super goofy in Beast Wars II. I mean, it's literally targeted at kids, right? At like that Pokemon crowd, right? So gotta transform them all. So I definitely have to. They should have thought that more out. I mean, yeah, you can flip the face around and have like the robotic kind of face on the outside on the shoulder, but it doesn't work. So Moose Cruise asked, did I back the HasLab Unicron? Yes, absolutely I did. I have 3 of them coming, and so I'm pretty sure that the pictures that they had where they had 3 sitting on a pallet, that's probably my order right there. But yeah, I got 1 I'm going to keep in planet mode, because that planet mode is gorgeous. Way better than the Studio Cell with its mismatched coloring and plastic and everything. And then the other one I'll have in robot mode. The third one, though, is kind of like, I want to kind of keep it sealed, because I do have a lot of stuff that's meant in box and sealed, but like I kind of want to keep it sealed because it's a piece of Transformers history. But with some of the poor quality control issues that we've heard and seen and have kind of had throughout, it seems to me like I would be more tempted to open it up, transform it to robot mode and back to planet, and put it back in. Like, it just seems like that would be a better thing. Yeah, Green, the mic is weird. That's why we left off on the Earthrise thing, so this turned into something just chilling. So I'll fix it next time, Green. Don't worry. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little nuts that they'll. I don't know, but I think the Unicron, if you think about all the other stuff that we've bought and how much all that stuff counts, the price of the Unicron was, I mean, you're basically like, you're buying into like a whole Wave 1 or 2 or something, right? And you're getting way more plastic than the Wave 1 and 2 would have. So it's definitely worth it, to have them. I mean, it's just, you never thought we'd have that size of Unicron. I always wanted Unicron to be the biggest Transformer, the biggest transforming toy. And that said, as much of a scale junkie as I am, I don't care. He's not going to ever scale with anything. So I would 3D print like a Quintessa ship, right? Or 3D print, Junkion ship or something, or a teeny tiny little Galvatron, in artillery mode, so to put him up on his chest to fire at him. Like, I would 3D print or even sculpt or mold like a Cybertronian scape that he can sit on or crush, Shockwave's tower and everything. I think that would work out really, really well. And having that, because that's how you really want to. That's how you remember Unicron. That's how he is basically envisioned as that. But in that robot mode, in that moment there at the end of the movie. But then having the we've been talking for a while, but having the planet mode kind of approaching your shelves to eat them, right? Like, even that's really super cool. So, and Ninja Bill says, as much as I wanted in on the HasLab Unicron, the simple fact no space for it. Oh yeah. So really what'll happen is that you can just kiss all your shelf space that you've accumulated over time goodbye when you have a Unicron in. So I don't know when I'm going to put two of them. But then, the aftermarket, the secondary market, man, I don't even know, man. It's, right now, it is crazy, and we haven't even reached full FOMO, fear of missing out. We haven't even reached that full amount yet. It's just because some people are seeing some reviews here and there from overseas that are getting them, so they're not, having to wait to get them on the boat and stuff like that on the surface. I mean, it's just like, we haven't reached it. Like, and go look up like the sail barge and stuff on eBay and see how much that's going for. Hasbro's not going to re-release that sail barge, and they're not going to re-release the Unicron. And I don't know why people keep thinking that or saying that or think that's they're going to re-release it and paint it up. That's not. For one thing, is that would destroy a tremendous amount of trust with the consumer. And you'll never see another HasLab thing backed and successful again. So, I mean, look at like the Sentinel one, right? Or the Marvel Sentinel. They just, they sold so many because people knew this is going to be the one and only time they can get a Sentinel at that size for their 6-inch. Because we've never had one that was 6-inch scale. The one that, they tried to build as 6-inch scale, was originally for 3 3/4 inch, which worked great for it. But in this case, for that Sentinel, like, people were buying dozens of them. I mean, they had those Build-A-Figures with the tendrils. They had the electronic ones that were meant for the 3 3/4 inch. Like, they were like, these are going to be the ultimate Sentinels. And then you add on like a Master Mold head and a couple other heads. Like, that's just craziness there. Like, they couldn't even think of anything else to include short of an X-Mansion for the Sentinel Destroy or something. So, I don't know. It's just, the Unicron is a one-time thing, and I don't know if I could pay $1,500 to $1,800 that's right now on eBay, early February here. That I don't think that price is tenable, but people will pay it because they missed out. But it's definitely going to go for more than the barge, I can tell you that for sure. I mean, it may not be 4 feet long like the barge was, but it's a Transformer, and there's far more money in Transformers when it comes to the toys than it is for the Star Wars toys themselves. And you may say that them's fighting the words, but if you look at the toy shelf right now, I've said it before. I never would have thought that Transformers would take up more shelf space than Star Wars. I mean, that's crazy. I'm kind of a casual Star Wars fan in that respect, and I do have Star Wars figures, and I love Boba Fett, but I can see how people can get totally into the story. It's just I can't. That's not really like my jam, I suppose. Like, I like the mechanical designs, like the TIE Interceptor. That's my favorite. And then after that, it's the X-Wing. Is really cool. So, yeah, nobody, no, we don't have any space for any of this stuff. I mean, if you guys could see what's behind this backdrop here, it's a disaster. I mean, there's stuff all over the place. I really needed to do an unboxing, but I'm probably about 3 unboxing videos behind. But I don't even know. I mean, I want to keep doing the unboxings, but like, I gotta get like stuff kind of cleared and cleaned in and out of here. So, but I didn't want to talk for too long, and I've already gone on for a really long time. But Ninja Bill says on here, and you seriously don't want the Unicron. Said unicorn, but that's probably your autocorrect doing that for you. So I would rather have other figures that would be easier to find and purchase. Absolutely. Yeah, Moose Crew, I'm going to bounce out of here too. So, but I appreciate everybody showing in. I'm sorry about the false start with an Earthrise review. I'll get this mic thing situated, and we'll get that fixed. I appreciate everybody coming in. It's the auto hook, line, and sinker thing. It's just disappointing when the technology doesn't work the way I want it to. So, but everybody take it easy, and I appreciate you. And we'll be back again soon. Do 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 do.